So I'm sure you've heard the term smart cities a lot lately. It's become a buzzword as cities around the world, including a lot here in Europe, like Amsterdam, Barcelona, and even Lisbon, are talking about adding smart city sensors and technologies into their energy and transportation systems. Our company is a bit different. We're not rehabilitating existing cities. We're building entirely new cities in countries like China, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, and the US. So what is a smart city? I get asked this almost every day. Definitions vary, but one goal is constant: to develop safer, sustainable communities for all ages and abilities. A smart city is not a marketing campaign, it's not a slick sales technique, it's not a political catchphrase. It's a series of solutions to a serious and urgent situation the world is facing today. Smart cities are emerging as civic action due to a perfect storm of the convergence of market conditions, technology innovation, social wants, government needs, and the migration to urban environments that is accelerated on a global scale that dwarfs any previous mass movement of people in history. And if you've been to places like China, you'll understand what I mean, is these cities have created in the last 10 years tens of millions of people suddenly appearing in new cities. So this is achieved through infrastructure, and the focus here is really on renewable energy sources and non-polluting transportation systems, such as electric buses. So, smart cities can fundamentally change our lives at many levels, such as less pollution, garbage, parking problems, and more energy savings. So, why am I talking to you about this today? Smart cities matter really to everyone in this room because big data and IoT and artificial intelligence have the power to drive their implementation. But cities, if they're created by companies like ours, architects, builders, and urban planners, it's brands who bring a city to life. And you are representing, the brands that we need to understand these technologies. Tapping into the opportunities of smart city means understanding how they're being built. So I'm going to start with the most basic thing that a city needs, which is power. What do you predict will be the main source of energy for smart cities of the future developed by companies like ours? Any predictions? Any guesses? Yeah. These are I ask CMOs this question very often, and the answer is usually solar and wind, because these are two of the only clean energy sources that most people have heard of. But they are also too expensive to power a community on a citywide scale. So the answer is kinetic energy. We're building cities powered by piezoelectric. It's a kinetic energy solution developed by Georgia Tech Research Institute that generates power from compression or friction. There's a video here, I hope it's playing. You can see it being demonstrated. Piezoelectric material sits underneath floor finishes like carpet, ceramic tile, wood floor, even asphalt. You can put it under roads. So it stores and harvests the power in a graphene battery and distributes the power through wireless charging. It also captures and reports data of the exact location of the generated power dynamically. Finally, it's cheap. On a citywide scale, piezoelectric energy can be produced for about the same price as coal, which is pretty much the cheapest energy source we have now. This technology is already being used in places like Atlanta Airport, the NASA Kennedy Space Center, and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Okay, what else? The guy in the red tie here is the CEO of our company and the founder, Paul Doherty, so a name that hopefully you'll be hearing more in the future. There's a fun video here that runs for about 1.5 minutes, so I hope we have time to see all of this. Is it going to play? There we go. Branded autonomous electric vehicles. These are autonomous pods that can disconnect and reconnect, providing transportation as well as services. These pods are already scheduled to be deployed in Dubai probably next year. So this is what you're seeing now, is we call it the centipede. It's developed by Next Future Transportation. It's a network of pods that can travel on their own, like a personal self-driving vehicle, And they can connect as well, thereby acting as a train or a bus with customized routes. They could also operate as, say, a mobile cafe, such as a Starbucks pod delivering coffee to your door, or a mobile retail store, such as a fully stocked Nike store on location at a sports event. I hope I have enough time to let this run out, because I think it's quite interesting to see what these are going to look like. We're also developing next-generation buses. These are electric and autonomous buses, as well as bus shelters that are powered by piezoelectric through wireless charging and supported by light fidelity, or Li-Fi street lighting, which, by the way, provides faster and more secure internet services compared to traditional Wi-Fi, and they'll be providing the cloud network that connects everyone and everything in the cities to the internet, including government services. So, as you can see, the energy and transportation systems being used in these cities is a radical departure from what you've seen before. There are a lot of other innovations we're creating for these cities based on IoT. I don't have time to share here. I've got 30 seconds left. But they extend to augmented reality, virtual reality, holograms, 3D, and more, all involving connectivity that results in massive amounts of data. So, the main point that I want to leave here is that the leaders of the marketing and data management community, including all of you in this room, hopefully will need to understand the infrastructure and the technologies behind smart cities. If you don't, it will be impossible to develop smart products, packaging, marketing, and retail strategies that will optimize the opportunities in these cities to connect brands and products with consumers. Another key thing to understand is that all of these technologies are designed to work together. It's very integrated. We like to think of it as ingredients that go into making a cake, but brands need to be working with these same ingredients. So, thank you very much.